Hey guys, it's me Lunar back with another Playerunknown video. This video today is our weekly gripe about the state of the game, going over the most common complaints for the current meta, bugs, glitches, and things that they need to fix ASAP in the next weekly update, which will hopefully be sometime this week. Before we start on that though, I want to quickly mention the Epic Moments vid from yesterday. I made a quick video of clips you guys sent in. It wasn't the best montage ever, it was more of just a quick video to see if there was any interest in that kind of video for days when I don't have any news or updates for the game, rather than having no video at all. Well, 17,000 views after the first day, and I've received hundreds of clips from you guys for the next video. That means I will definitely be working on making these and releasing them as soon as they're done. I've got loads of clips to go through, so it's going to take ages to go through them all, but I could have the next video montage out today at some point, so keep sending in your clips via Facebook, Twitter, the submission form in the description, which is where most of you have submitted, and you can also share your clips through Xbox Message. All my contact things are in the description, and they're on the screen as well. And feel free to send as many as you have. If you have 100 clips, then I'm happy to have all of them. Anyway, on to today's video, looking at the most talked about issues for the game right now. First up, we have the inventory bug. Well, there are actually two things, the inventory bug and also just current item bugs, such as the grenade bug, which happened after the last update. Inventory bug has been plaguing us since the beginning, and there seems to be no sign of fixing them from Bluehole. Several different ones, not being able to move to a certain tab in the inventory, so it always skips past the one that you need. There's ones where you can't scroll down or pick up loot. There's similar smaller ones as well. On top of that, we have the current issue with certain items. Grenades, sometimes it won't let you switch grenades. Personally, I don't really carry anything except frag grenades, but when I do carry other ones, it often doesn't let you change to the different types of grenades. Another similar item issue is it won't allow you to press down on the D-pad to use any of your meds. I'm forced to go into my inventory to do it instead. So a lot of different inventory gear related problems. Some of them have been around for a while. The healing and grenades are really only since the last update, but I think we can all agree that they need fixed as soon as possible, and I'm sure you guys have other similar examples you can mention in the comments. Next up is not so much a problem, it's more of a difference in opinion from different players. And after the last update, the Christmas one, the first one we had in January, there was a secret or hidden part of the update that clearly limited the amount of randomly generated gear you find in buildings now. Before, in the first 3 weeks or so, you could find tons of good stuff pretty much anywhere you went. I remember finding 20 assault rifles from the first 15 buildings I went to, and I believe I mentioned that in a video a while back. But now, especially if you play with a squad, finding gear to deck everyone out in the best stuff is much more difficult. You have to travel around a bit, search through loads of places to get all the right stuff that you're currently looking for. Now, I see many people complain about how difficult it is to find things now. You could go to a bunch of different buildings and not find anything useful, and they want the amount to go back up to where it was before, or more than it is now. My thoughts are, personally, I like it the way it is now, where rarer gear is rarer. You actually need to search different towns, for example, to get the gear that you need. Even in places like Georgiopol, the biggest city, if any of you remember back to my top 5 tip video, I talked about multi-story buildings. You could fully equip yourself from searching just one apartment complex, and that is no longer true. I've searched through 3 or 4 of them in recent days, and I've still been on the lookout for stuff that I need. So personally, I prefer the system the way it is now. It prevents players from getting up to the max and camping. You're forced to go out and search a lot more. It also promotes killing, as looting players becomes much more important, as they will probably have some stuff that you need. So I like the more scavenger feel the game has now to it than it had before, where every building pretty much guaranteed at least something good that you could use. Next up today, guys, is the car meta. Again, a common complaint is the current car meta. Even with the changes Bluehole made to the cars to make them more easily destroyed, many players complain that it's not enough to change the car meta, especially in the final circles of solo games. Players are still using vehicles and running over players, as simply it's still safer than not being in a vehicle, and it's easier to get into the final 10 if you just drive around. So is the current car meta needing to be changed again? Some have suggested removing cars from the final circles completely, so they don't work after a certain point. If they did decide to do that, I could get on board with that. For the simple reason I prefer to play without using vehicles if I can. I usually only use them to get to the first circle, for example if I'm far away after parachuting, but ditch it as soon as I can. But I've personally never had any issue with the vehicles in the game, even though the final circle does have quite a lot of them. But I guess not everyone is the same, and we prefer to just add more ways to deal with cars. Like some have suggested landmines or proximity mines. I actually think that would be a super awesome idea, because then you can use something like proximity mines to rig cars, so if you're on the lookout for a vehicle, you never know if it's going to blow up or not. Remove cars from the final circle, add in more anti-vehicle weapons. Either way, I'm okay with the changes, but let me know what you guys think on the current car meta. meta. Our second to last issue for the game is South American servers. Nothing much to discuss in this one. There are constant threads online from players wanting South American servers because right now they have to use North American servers presumably, and of course experience lag and other issues because of it. Bluehole said that they would add in servers as needed, and I think it is safe to say that the amount of complaints we've seen for South American servers, they are very much needed. Now, I don't have official numbers for consoles, but I know from looking at Steam, for example, in the last 2 weeks on PC for Brazil, which is in South America, PUBG made up 15% of the games played from 16 million users. So 15% of 16 million players for just one South American country alone is a lot of people. And yes, console players will be far less than the PC one, but I think it's safe to say that the numbers in South America far exceed somewhere such as Oceania, for example, which already has its own server, and so I don't see any reason why South America doesn't have their own one, where it has probably far more players. Well, our final issue of the day for this week is about squads and team killing. Team killing happens way too often. As someone who plays mostly in squads with random players, I see it quite a lot. What happens is you join a team, either someone on the team is there just to kill players and you get killed straight away, or there's a group of 2 or 3 players that use you as a source of gathering stuff. So you land, all of you start to loot, meet up to go to the next place, at which point the team of 2 or 3 will kill you so they can take all of your loot. And it's fairly common, and personally I don't want to see team killing in the game. The amount of people team killing is too high for it to work, and I would prefer that they got rid of it. But of course that's just my opinion, some of you might disagree. The second issue is the current state of squad games, and it's more my issue as someone who plays solo squads a lot. The issue is that if you want to join a squad these days after the squad update, before you were in a team of players, a group of 3 usually, and you join their squad and everyone worked together, so long as the solo player, which would be me in this instance, played along with the squad. But what seems to happen more and more is the game pairs you with other solo players who are also searching for squads rather than place you in a team, and that leads to very little teamwork, coordination, and it often feels like you may as well just play a solo game. It's especially true on European servers because there are so many different languages, it's often impossible to communicate, and quite often the squad games are just silent. So I think the ability to start games as solo players or duo and squads needs to be changed. I understand being able to start a group of 3, but I don't see why you need to join a game as solo or duo when there are already servers available for solo or duo games. And I think they should definitely go back to prioritizing matchmaking you with teams of 3 rather than shoving you with single solo players into groups, as often it doesn't work out, and playing squads, which used to be fun, joining a random team and playing alongside them, has just become solo essentially with 3 less players to kill. Of course you may disagree with that one, that's just my complaint for squad games. Just try to add solo players to already formed groups if available, rather than just grouping loads of single players together. Well guys, that is it for today's video. A look at some of the biggest issues plaguing the game right now. Let me know how you feel about them and any other big issues in the comments. Lag, rubber banding, random crashes are of course still the biggest problems right now, so let me know in the comments. Also leave your game clips for the montage videos, which I will have the next one out as soon as possible. Anyway, as always, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to leave a like below guys, the support is greatly appreciated on the channel, so that would be really awesome. Subscribe if you're new around for similar videos to this one, and I will catch you guys next time with a brand new video. Peace out.